Hello friends, good morning students. Today I am going to start the second part of the scalar and vector quantity. Here I am going to discuss unit vector, position vector and direction cosine, okay, and some numerical based on the unit vector. Okay, so now write down unit vector. So before start the discussion, I want to request to you, please subscribe, share and like my channel. Thank you. So now what is the unit vectors? Already discussed the definition in first and previous lectures. So unit vector, the vectors having magnitude is 1, okay, in specific direction. In specific direction is called unit vectors. Okay, so now let any vector, let we consider AB. So how can represent AB vector in the magnitude and direction? So obviously, so you can write in this way magnitude of AB and AB cap. So AB cap, so its a magnitude is 1. When 1 multiplied with anything, it will become a AB. So now it's a specify the direction A to B. So that means you can write AB vector in the form of magnitude and direction. Okay, so now here after then you can write AB cap, that means AB vector divided by modulus of AB. Okay, so when the question asks find the unit vector, then you write what? AB vector and magnitude of AB divided by magnitude of AB. So you can get the unit vector of AB. Okay, so after then we are going to discuss orthogonal unit vector. So first of all, orthogonal, that means the three axes, let x axis, y axis and z axis, these are called orthogonal. Why? Because these three axes are mutually perpendicular, so these are called orthogonal. And orthogonal unit vector, that means the along x axis the vector unit vector represented by I cap, and by axis unit vector represented by the j, and along z axis the unit vector represented by k cap. Okay, that means say the meaning of this one. Say let when a body move 3 meter along x axis, so that means you can simply represent 3 cap meter. That means I cap represent the what? Body move along x axis. So let a force act on a y axis. Let force 3 Newton act in direction of y axis. Simply you can write in vector form 3 Newton j cap. So that means this vector, okay, this force act on j axis. Okay, so when you represent x axis, then you will put I cap. Okay, when the vector along the j axis, then you will put j cap. Okay, any vector along z axis, then you will put k cap. Okay, so after then write down 2D plane vector. 2D plane vector. 2D plane vector, you can say a vector in 2 dimension. A vector in 2 dimension. So already told what is the 2 dimension. 2 dimension either xy plane, okay, or either let it's a yz, so yz plane, or either zx plane. So okay, simply a vector either represent on xy or represented yz or represented zx, so that is called 2D plane. So let a vector, any vector, let a be, so let 2i cap plus 3j cap, so this is 2D vector. Let any vector, let cd be considered 3j cap plus 4k cap. So it is also 2D plane, 2D vectors, or you can say 2D plane vector. So simple, let any vector, let lm, okay, so let 3k plus 4i vector, so it is two dimensional also vector. Okay, so now, so how can you find the resultant of 2D vector and the direction of 2D vector? Okay, so let we consider an example. Let AB vector be considered 2i plus 3j. So how can you find the magnitude and direction of this vector? So let consider, this is the what, I cap is a x plane, j cap is a y plane. So this is the x axis and this is the y axis. So magnitude in x plane is what, 2, okay, and magnitude in y axis what, 3. Okay, so simply you can write in vector form 3j cap and 2i cap. Okay, so what is the resultant of these two vectors? Already told the angle between here given theta. So how can find the formula is a square plus b square 2ab cos theta. So here theta is what? The angle between here two vectors is 90 degree. So and a is what? We consider a is this one and b is this one. So magnitude of a vector is 2 and 3 and magnitude of b is 3. So here you can write 2 square 3 square 2 into something into cos 90, that cos 90 is 0. So don't put here, okay, simply you can find 4 plus 9. So here you already get 13, square root of 13. So the resultant of this vector is square root of 13. Okay, so what is the angle? What is the angle of resultant? So let me consider obviously this one. Okay, so now let me consider the angle from the x-axis of this resultant, so alpha. So obviously we can take the parallel shift already discussed in previous classes, so it will become a 3. So here you in right angle consider tan alpha. So tan alpha, that means perpendicular height by base, that will become 3 by 2. So alpha equal to tan inverse 3 by 2 with respect to what? With respect to x-axis. Here with respect to x-axis. And when the question will ask with respect to y-axis what is the angle of net or resultant vectors. So let here the 190 minus alpha. So you can find here 90 minus alpha, that will come 90 inverse tan inverse 3 by 2. Okay, or simply you can see this vector parallelly here. So here you can consider here tan 90 minus alpha. Okay, so simply tan inverse 90 minus alpha, this is the perpendicular and this is the base. So you can write simply 2 by 3. Okay, so tan that means cot alpha, that is 2 by 3. So alpha equal to cot inverse 2 by 3. So this is the angle with respect to what? With respect to this one y-axis. This is the what? With respect to y-axis. So okay, so now so alpha is here and 90 minus alpha with respect to y-axis, alpha is with respect to x-axis. Okay, so now after finding the resultant, so how can find the unit vector? So already told unit vector is AB magnitude with modulus of AB. So now here AB vector is, how can find? So AB cap equal to, you can write AB vector divided by modulus of AB. So here AB already what? 2i plus 3j, and what is the magnitude of this one? So magnitude of this one is 2 by 30. So you can write 2 by square root of 13 I cap, 3 by square root of 13 j cap. So unit vector of AB is what? Become 2 by square root of 13 I cap plus 3 by square root of 13 j cap. Okay. So first you find the resultant of vector and then you will get the also unit vector of any vector. Okay. So simply, so let me another examples. Let PQ vector be considered 3i plus 4k vector. So it's also 2D plane vector. Okay, so one vector along where I cap is x axis and k cap is z axis. So another vector is on the z axis. So this is the what? 4k cap and this is the what? 3i cap. So what is the magnitude of this one? So now what? Square root of 3 square, 4 square, and angle between these two vectors is 90 degrees, so it comes 0. So 9 plus 16 is, it will become 25, so it's a 5. Okay, so angle, net angle, so we consider with respect to alpha, with respect to x, that is alpha. So tan alpha, you can write 4. Okay, this one is become 4 by 3. So alpha equal to what? Tan inverse 4 by 3 with respect to x-axis, with respect to x-axis. Okay, so now how can you find the unit vector of PQ? So PQ equal to, you can write PQ vector by divided by modulus of PQ. Okay, so PQ here is what? 3i plus 4k, and what is the modulus? What is the resultant of this vector? So 5, so you can write 3 by 5 I plus 4 by 5 k cap is a unit vector of PQ. Okay, so let me now 3D vectors. So let me start 3D vector. Okay, the 3D vector is simple, a 3 dimension vector. Same thing, that means a vector in a 3 dimension. 3 dimension, that means what? Let OA, that means we consider xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, or simply consider, just wait, okay, just consider, let OA vector, consider ax I, ay, j, or az, k. That means this is in magnitude of along x-axis, this will in magnitude of y-axis, and this will magnitude in z-axis. Okay, so simply, so when you let you will consider, just we understand in diagram. Okay, so let we consider, okay, so let this is the what we consider OA. Okay, OA vector, that is what? ax, ay, az, k. That means this one magnitude is what? Ax along x-axis. Okay, and this one is a what? Ay along y-axis. Okay, and now this one is the what? Az along z-axis. Okay, so now simply you can say, you can simply draw the x by z axis. So now this one ax, when you point consider here, so this vector is what? Axi plus a by j plus azk. That means what? This one is the ax comma a by comma az. Simply this ax is belong x-axis. Okay, and this is the what? A by axis. Okay, and now this is the what? Az axis. Okay, so this is the what? This is the magnitude along x-axis, magnitude y-axis, and z-axis. So, and the number one question, so how can you find the resultant of this vector? Resultant of this vector and direction of this vector. Okay, so let me start. So very easy. So let here, okay, so again I am going to draw the diagram. Okay, so we consider this vector, okay, OA. So OA is what? Here AX, AY, or comma AZ. Okay, so first of all, I know this is the what? AX, okay, and this is the what? AZ, and this is the what? AY. Okay, this is the along y-axis, this is the along x-axis, that is I cap. Okay, and this is the what? Z-axis, that is k cap. Okay, so first of all, find the magnitude of these two vectors. So already you know the angle between these two vectors is what? 90 degrees. So this vector having a magnitude along the diagonal of this parallelogram. Okay, so what is the magnitude of this vector? So here you can find magnitude of ax and az. Let any vectors let be consider p. Okay, so let p be consider the magnitude of ax and az. So let here what ax whole square and here the what az square. Okay, and the angle between these two vectors along that is 90 degree, because these two axes are 90 degrees, so it's about 0. So after the magnitude of this axz, it will become this one. So you can write here ax square az square. So now after then you can observe this one, so this one and this one. So after then you will find the resultant of ay and this vector. So you consider p now. So resultant of this one, okay, to this one. So obviously make a parallelogram. Okay, so this one is the what? Magnitude of this two vector. So you can write here the magnitude of OA, so that means what? Magnitude of this one square plus magnitude of this one square. The angle between these two vector obviously 90 degree, because this is the diagonal of floor and it's a what? A perpendicular height to the floor, this floor. Okay, so the angle between this one ay and this one is what? 90 degree. So obviously again write the square magnitude of OP vector ax square plus ay square whole square, okay, and ay square, and angle between these two vectors is 90 degree. So here it will become what? 0. So after then when you expand this one, the square root of the square, that we remove the square root, so x square ay square, okay, and this one, sorry, this is the z, okay, so az square, okay, and this one become ay square. Okay, so overall it's a become ax square ay square plus az square. Okay, so that means the resultant of these 3D vector simply what? The square root of x square ay square plus az square. So this is it becomes resultant of 3-dimensional vector. Okay, so how can find the direction? So let me be consider the resultant with respect to x be consider alpha, resultant with respect to y be consider beta, and resultant with respect to z be consider gamma. Okay, so we are going to find cosine. Okay, so cos of alpha is what? It's a perpendicular height. Okay, so cos alpha with respect to perpendicular height is what? This one. Okay, so sorry, cos alpha, that means base y hypotenuse. So base is what? Ax. So you write Ax, and this is the diagonal of resultant. So you can say hypotenuse. So now here you can write ax square plus ay plus az square. Similarly you can find, let be considered beta, already considered beta with respect to y-axis to net vectors or resultant vectors. So now cos beta is what? Base and hypotenuse. So base is what? Ay, and hypotenuse is what? Ax square plus ay square plus az square. Similarly you can find cos gamma. So you can write az square root of ax square ay square plus az square. And if anyone asks what is the sine alpha, this is the what? With respect to x axis. Okay, and with respect to what? With respect to y axis, and with respect to z axis. That means this cos alpha, that is the cosine of an angle with respect to x axis, cosine of an angle with respect to y axis, cosine of an angle with respect to z axis. Okay, so anyone can ask what is the sine alpha. So sine alpha, simply you can write what? You know, sine square alpha is equal to what? 1 minus cos square alpha. Okay, so firstly you find 1 minus cos square alpha when you, so this is the cos alpha, so that means ax square divided by ax square plus ay square plus az square. So when you do 1 minus this one, so it will become what? Ay square plus az square divided by ax square plus ay square plus az square. Okay, and the sine alpha is the square root of this one. Okay, so after then, this is the what you can find here the angle. Okay, so alpha is the angle with x axis, so you can find here alpha equal to cos inverse of this one. So you can get the angle of net resultant force with respect to x axis, y axis and z axis. Okay, so now after this one, so let me example of 3D vector. After then I will show the direction cosine. So let me example of 3D vector. Let me consider R. So let me consider vector R. Okay, so simply let consider AB vector. Okay, so let 3i plus 4j minus 5k. Okay, so what is the, so first of all, what is the magnitude of these vectors? So already proved here. So square root of x square, y square and 5 square. Okay, so it will become 9 plus 16 plus 25, so 34 plus 16, so 50. Okay, so this is the about magnitude of 3D vector. So how can find the unit vector of this vector, given vector? So we know that AB cap equal to AB vector by modulus of AB vector. Okay, so AB vector is what, 3i plus 4j minus 5k, and magnitude of AB is what, square root of 50. So here it will become 3 by square root of 50 I cap, 4 by square root of 50 j cap. Okay, minus 5 by square root of 50 k cap. So this is the unit vector of the vector AB. Okay, so now let me start. Let there are multiple force act on 2D plane. Let this one is the x axis, this one is the y axis. Okay, so let one force, let F equal to 3 Newton along 60 degree, and with respect to x axis 60 degree. Okay, so let another force, let again 60 degree here act in this direction, let 4 Newton. Okay, another force, let on the y axis, let 3 Newton. Okay, another axis, let here 1 Newton work on the x axis. Okay, so there are multiple force act on the 2D plane. So how can find the resultant of this force, and resultant of this force, that means magnitude and direction of net force. Okay, so simply first of all, these all forces convert into only 2D vector, 2D plane. So first resolve this vector in along x axis and y axis. This vector also divide in two component, x along and x axis along y axis. So you can write what here. So along this axis you can write 3 cos 60, and this one along here 3 sin 60. Okay, this is already given along y axis, so don't need to break this component in 2x and y. Okay, so this one is the 4, that means this one is a what, 4 cos 60, and it will become 4 sin 60, and 1 Newton already given in x axis. Okay, so this force act on a positive axis, and this force act on a negative axis. Okay, so first of all write along x axis the total force is, the total force in vector form. What you write, what, 3 cos 60 I cap plus 4 cos 60 minus I cap plus 1 minus I cap. Okay, so simply you can write 3 cos 60, okay, minus 4 cos 60 minus 1, okay, I cap. So these force act along x axis. Okay, so this force along x axis. Similarly you can find, simply let it means become x, something be considered x. Similarly you find along y axis total force, y axis total force. Similarly, okay, so when you write here 3 Newton J cap plus 3 sin 60 J cap, similarly you can write 4 sin 60 J cap. Okay, something when you calculate this one, let it will be considered by J cap. So ultimately the multiple force be converted into only two component x along x axis and along y axis. And we know that how can you find, what is the procedure to find this, the resultant of this two components. So x square simply by square, because angle between these two one is 90, so it will become a 0. 2ab cos 90, so it will become a 0. So this is the what, the magnitude of resultant force. And the angle again we consider theta. So here the what, tan theta equal to what, by x. So here theta equal to tan inverse by x. Okay, and y and x value you can calculate from here. Okay, so now after that I am going to show the cosine vector, direction cosine. Okay, so direction cosine. Okay, so direction cosine, let again I am going to draw the diagram. So let the vector be considered OP. So let OP, okay, so OP is be considered what, let AX I A by J A Z K. Okay, so already define the magnitude of OP is what, AX square A by square AZ square. Okay, so direction cosine means the angle, the cos of an angle with x axis to net, okay, to net force, to net vectors here. So okay, that means here the cos alpha is a what, cosine of an angle with x axis. Okay, so now we consider also L. Okay, now after then cos beta, again cosine of an angle with y axis we consider M. Okay, so cos gamma, cosine of angle with respect to y axis we consider N. Okay, so then prove that L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. Okay, is it? Or you can also prove sin square alpha, sin square, find the value of sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma is what? Okay, so the number one, the proof L square plus M square plus N square equal to 1. So we know that L equal to what? This one cos alpha. A cos alpha, that means you write here cos square alpha, cos, because L is the what? Cosine of an angle with x axis, and M is what? Cosine of an angle with y axis, and N is what? Cosine of an angle with z axis. Okay, so this is the cos gamma. So already told gamma angle makes with z axis to the net vector. So here the cos square alpha, cos square be consider left hand side L square plus M square plus N square. So we know that L equal to cos square alpha, cos square beta, cos square gamma. So cos alpha already proved, this is the what, AX, and this is the resultant. Okay, so you can write cos square alpha equal to AX square, and when you square this one, so it will become what, AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. After then, okay, so cos beta A by square AX square plus A by square plus AZ square. Okay, and cos gamma, similarly you write AZ square AX square plus A by square plus AZ square. So when you take the LCM, so it will become AX square plus AY square plus AZ square. So here it will become AX square AY square plus AZ square. So this cut out, it will become 1. Okay. So now what is the value of sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma? Okay, so now, so sin square alpha, so first of all we know that cos alpha is what? Ax square root of ax square ay square plus az square. So the sin alpha is what? So first of all cos square alpha. First you find cos square alpha. So ax square ay square plus az square. Just when you square this square root, it will out of the square root. So now after then we know that sin square alpha equal to what? 1 minus cos square alpha. So we can write 1 minus ax square plus a by square plus az square. That means what? When you take the LCM, ax square a by square plus az square. So that means what? It will here x square plus a by square plus az square minus ax square cancels, so it will become what? A by square plus a z square ax square plus a by square plus az square. Similarly you can find also sin square with term. Okay, so when you find the sin square with term, so it will become what? Ax square plus az square. Okay, ax square plus a by square plus az square. Similarly you can find sin square gamma, so then it will become a by square plus a z square and ax square plus a by square plus az square. The question is what? Find the sum of these square of sine. Okay, so now after then sin square alpha plus sin square beta plus sin square gamma. So sin square alpha, it will what? That is what? A by square plus az square divided by ax square plus a by square plus az square, and sin beta is what? Ax square az square ax square plus a by square plus az square. Similarly sin gamma, a by square az square ax square plus a by square plus az square. So after then take the LCM, ax square plus a by square plus az square. So now it will a by square 2a by square az square 2az square ax square 2x square. Okay, so ultimately it will become 2 into ax square plus a by square plus az square. So it will cut out, it will become a 2. Okay, so after then now I am going to discuss position vector. So after then we can find the displacement vector. So what is the position vector? So let write position vector. So let we consider x axis and y axis. Let here vector is p, we consider OP. So let here OP vector is a what? Position vector of p. Position vector of p with respect to origin. Let this vector is considered R vector. Okay. So now another vector we consider, let OQ. So let OQ. Okay, let this one R1, let we consider R2. Okay, so let R1 vector. Okay, so OQ vector, that means what? Position vector of Q with respect to origin, I consider R2 vector. Okay, so when you write let QP vector, that means you can write what? Position vector of P with respect to Q vector, because it will come from Q and it will go to the point and act to the point P. So this is called position vector of P with respect to Q vector. Okay, so now we apply here the triangle law of addition. So then we can write AQ, because this already obviously you can see it is a triangle. So this is they are in same order and it is about opposite order. Okay, OP. Okay, so it will directed towards OP and it is directed towards OQ, and this it is directed towards P. So in this triangle you can see these two sides in same order and this is the opposite order. So according to Triangle of addition. So you can write what? AQ vector equal to QP vector is equal to what? OP. So here you can find QP vector. QP vector you can write OP vector minus OQ vector. That means when the OQP is come, that means this vector is what? The vector P with respect to origin. That means you can write the position vector of P with respect to origin. This means what? Position vector of P with respect to origin minus position vector of Q with respect to origin. That means you can write, if AB vector is given, then that means you can write OB vector minus OA vector. Okay, because it will towards the point B. So you write what? OB vector minus OA vector from here. Okay, so you can write here position vector of B with respect to A, मतलब origin, with respect to origin minus position vector of A with respect to origin. Okay, so now let we consider, let OP vector be consider R1. Let this vector is let 2i plus 3j plus 5k. Okay, let another vector OQ be consider R2. Let consider 4i plus 5j plus 6k. Okay, so we are going to find PQ vector. So that means PQ vector, that means what? You write what? The OQ vector minus OP vector, because it will displace from P to Q. So already proved, okay, that means you can write what? Position vector with respect to origin. Okay, and similarly after then minus the position vector of P with respect to OP. So the OQ is what? R2 vector, and this OP is what? R1 vector. So what is the R2 is given here? 4i plus 5j plus 6k minus R1 is what? 2i plus 3j plus 5k. So after then 4 minus 2 it will become 2i, 5 minus 3 it will become a 2j, 6 minus 5 it will become a k. Okay, so after then you can find also the magnitude of this vector. So what is the magnitude of these vectors? Already it's x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. So 2a square plus 1 square, 4 4 8 plus 1 9. So it will become 3. So after then you can also find the unit vector of this displacement vector. So this PQ, okay, unit vector. So that means this is the PQ vector, and after then find the magnitude of PQ. So what we here, the PQ is what vector? So that it will become this one, 2i plus 2j plus k, and magnitude of PQ. So it will 3. So it will, you can write 2 by 3 I cap, 2 by 3 j cap plus 1 by 3 k cap. Okay, so I am giving another example. Let OP vector, let we consider R1. Okay, let 6i plus 4j minus plus 5k. Okay, so let consider OQ vector. Okay, so let R2. So let 3i plus 5j plus 7k. Okay, so let find the vector PQ and QP. Okay, so for PQ, so you write what? OQ minus OP. Okay, so PQ, write what? Origin position vector of Q with respect to origin. After then minus position vector of P with respect to origin. So what is the OQ? OQ is what? 3i plus 5j plus 7k minus OP 6i plus 4j plus 5k. So after then, okay, 3 minus 3, 3 minus 6, that is minus 3i, 5 minus 4, that is j, 7 minus 5, that is 2k. Okay, so after then you can also find the magnitude of this PQ vector. So what? Minus 3 whole square, 1 square plus 2 square. So 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. And you can also find PQ cap. Okay, so PQ cap is about PQ vector divided by modulus of PQ. So what is the PQ vector here become? Minus 3i plus j plus 2k and divide by square root of 14. Okay, similarly you can find QP and magnitude of this vector, and also can find unit vector of this vector. So next class I will discuss scalar product and vector product. Okay, scalar product, that means dot product. Okay, thank you.